So when we think about worthiness, there's probably one thought that comes through your head, and that thought is a collective thought, and that thought usually is, I'm not good enough, my work's not good enough, nobody wants this, nobody wants me, even to the point that I'm unlovable. And I think it's very, very interesting that the entire collective has this insane lie that we have all bought, that we aren't good enough. So in my work, first we need to acknowledge, right, that, hey, is this really true for me? Or is this somebody else's or something else's? And everything that that is, will you let that go right now? 1, 2, and 3. And then with this fifth dimensional energy, what I find is people can actually let some of these subconscious patterns or parameters go. And I mean, I'm like a detective when it comes to limiting beliefs and parameters like this. I really feel like any point of view that maybe even creates your personality can be rewired. If you have a point of view that you're never going to have something, or it's never going to work, or something to that extent, where you have it's like something you just live by. You don't even realize, because you don't even think you're thinking it anymore, but you are. So anything that you want to put out there into the field to request change right now, would you go ahead and just go, I am sick and tired of blank, and whatever that blank is, let's put it out in the field and let's change it now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. And change it as an infinite being. Yeah, that's a great one, right? I'm stuck in not being good enough. I mean, who wants to be stuck in that? And what would it take if you actually were? And what would it take if you actually had it already? In doing, I kind of cheeky use the word a frequency alchemist, because I feel that a lot of people, especially people that are depressed, I mean, I feel, some of the testimonials that I've had for my work is they will walk in totally numb and depressed. I mean, not even sadness, like they are beyond sadness. They are just like, I am nothing, they've like flatlined energetically. And, people call them Debbie Downers, but truly, if you are depressed, there's something that needs to be rewired in your brain so that you can live a life of greater joy and greater empowerment. What I find that is the one thing that my work changes the most, and I've gotten the most testimonials on, is I was so depressed and I was so stuck. And we did 3 or 4 sessions, and I'm free. And I know that that must be one of my brilliant gifts, because I was that person. I was so depressed. Anxiety falls right up there against that one too. I find that people that have depression often have anxiety. They have a hard time being in this world as an empath, when they actually they're just fighting themselves, right? They actually in this world as an empath, and yet they constantly judge themselves, or they feel and sense judgment, and that just shuts them down. And then on the opposing part, it gives them that social anxiety that they're like always wrong. So you guys want to change that? If you're aware of that, go ahead and put yes in the chat. And you can take it and receive it, or you cannot. Let's change it on 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. A lot of this work is about just acknowledging that, hey, somewhere in my world, I do have that. Somewhere in my world that's, I wonder what that is.